So here's some guiding realities. First of all, no one likes to fail. I've never met anyone who enjoyed the process of failing. Okay, it's like having that capital L on your forehead. It follows the person around for a while, whether it's on a transcript or, more importantly, right here. Okay? So when you're thinking of students, and especially for faculty members, they're in their class, they're not there to fail. They may deserve to fail. Okay? But it's not their intention. It's not when they show up on the first day of classes, they're not sitting there going, God, I'm going to fail this one. Yeah. I'm going to pass the other one over there, but this one, you're going to fail. It's a contract for success. I think that an institution has a moral and ethical responsibility to do whatever the institution can do to help students succeed. If the institution is unwilling or unable to commit to that, they shouldn't let some of the students in. There's around, I think, also an 80% admit rate here at SU, and that's about average for a state university. But we know that there's some students that come to our class and we go, this student really doesn't have much of a hope. Okay. One message is, we can't save all students, but we have to try. And we have to put everything in place for them to succeed. The student can choose not to succeed. Remember, they don't want to fail, but they may do everything just right to fail. Okay. We can't save them all, but we have to try. And that's that. Not everyone on campus cares, and you cannot always make people care. And the person who doesn't care may be you. I don't think so. But there's people who truly don't get it on campus. And we have to work past them until they see the light. And I mentioned that before. You hire for success, you fire for success. Data truly drives everything. Do not hide from it. Embrace it. I do walk onto campuses, and some people are just scared of data. Either because they don't know what it really means, they were never number people, or they're scared of what it might say about them and their position. That's the wrong mindset. It tells us where we are compared to where we want to be. And if you don't use data, you don't know where you are. You just know, and it's an easy anecdote just to say, students just aren't as good as they used to be. They're not as smart as they used to. They're smarter. If you look at all the data sources, students are smarter. They're taking way more information. I look at what my kids went through in high school, and my kids weren't exactly top of that chart, nor is their father, but just happened to do okay. And I was a first-generation student as well. And in my two brothers, we all did well, and I always tell people I'm the least successful out of the three of us. But I did okay. But I look at what my kids did, and I'm going, holy crap. Man, I didn't have to do that stuff to that level. I didn't have the pressures of having to toward the SAT. I didn't have to take AP courses. The first time I took a real standardized test was the GRE when I went to grad school. Yeah, and that was fun. That was a real good time. I enjoyed doing those practice tests. I loved it so much I did it a year later for going into my doctorate, because I got to a certain level. I would have got a scholarship. I was looking at Texas A&M, and they said, you get 4 points up and you'll get a scholarship. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. This is 100% about continuous improvement. Everything is about SWOT analysis. It's looking at what we do, why we do it. Are we doing it properly? Are we doing it efficiently? With efficacy? We have to look at why we do things and whether we should be doing them. Just because we've done the same thing for 30 years has no bearing on whether we should be doing it here. And the most important word of all, yes. Find ways to say yes. This world is so frustrating because I think there's a mindset out there to tell people no. It's easy to say no. If I say no, it stops at my desk. It stops right there. I don't go with it. You see this flying around the country all the time. Can I just get on that other flight? No. Well, for $150 you can. Even though I would be saving a seat on a later one, the answer is no. It's amazing. Think about your daily lives. I know I'm talking right behind you. Think in your daily lives how many times you encounter no. It's mind-blowing. Okay? On campus, we have to find ways to say yes to students. It's like dealing with the home, I used to call it the Home Depot way of service. When you go into a Home Depot, whereas you'd ask where something is, I go to Home Depot a lot. And they will show you where it is. They won't just tell you. Okay, they've gotten a lot worse at it lately, though. But they would walk you to the aisle and show you exactly where it is. But someone, I used that at a workshop that I did recently, and they said, no, it's the Apple store. Okay? Who here has gone in an Apple store? Okay? It's quite the experience, isn't it? It's almost scary. You know, there's all these blue-shirted people, and I mean, there's lots of them. Like, these stores are usually in a mall or something like that, and they're not huge. They're the same as every other store. And there'll be around 40, I exaggerate not, around 40 blue shirts in there, all with iPhones. And that's how they all their business. But as soon as you walk in that threshold, within around 5 seconds, like if it takes 5 seconds, I'll be surprised. They're on you with their thing to say, what can we do for you today? And they'll schedule you in. Okay? Now, again, that borderline scary, but think of the service element of that. So as soon as you get in, if you've got a repair issue, you're already in the queue when you walk in. Well, see if that translates into what we do. So, defining student success. Here's one thing. I've got a couple of things I want you to do today. They're pretty minor, so don't stress out about this. But if you have a piece of paper, and if you don't, borrow one, I want you to write one line down. And I want you, in one line, define what student success is. To you, is student success. And I'm going to give you 1 minute to write something down. Okay? It can be very short, can be a long sentence, but one sentence. Few of you. Okay, so while they're doing that, I'm going to ask for a few volunteers to share with us what he or she wrote about student success. And this always works well because those hands just pop up. You know, everyone wants to share, and I'm really good at volunteering people. But I do see, so we're going to start with you. And just tell people who you are, just because I'm sure they're not all your best friends, even though I know you have lots of them. All right? Yeah, just put it close to the mouth.
Just put it close. All right. Don't use these things very often. My name is Shandi Nielsen, and I'm a transfer student. And I think that student success means at least, I would say, 90% of the student population graduating. I'd say a high success rate.
Okay. All right. Who else? I want to see a few more hands to say, and I'm going to ask for someone from that table, and then someone from this table.
Hi, I'm Bridget Clark. I'm from Academic Advising in the Career Center, and I just jotted down a sentence here. Students who explore, engage, and apply what they have learned, it will propel them forward to fully meet their intended goal of degree completion.
Beautiful and lovely handwriting. Okay, who at this table? Someone have something? Pass the iPhone over. So this became a team-building exercise, I see.
Growth, career, and maturity, and then personal and professional growth.
Okay, when I went, I missed out on that maturity stuff, that's for sure. Still working on it. And I want a few more so we see where we are.
Michael Spiros, provide processes and environment where hurdles and challenges are minimized.
Great. How's this? Well, so far. And who's next? It's over there.
Empowering students with the tools that they need in order to succeed and whatever their definition of success is.
She read my book. For those of you who remember, I feel like Phil Donahue.
I think for me, student success means like students and staff working together to achieve a common goal where they, at the end of the day, they say, I feel good about myself. I can do this. I believe in myself. I can do it.
Great. So part of working together to achieve something in a larger context. Who from this table right here? This is a big table. Okay, we could play heads up for a while.
Hi, I'm Nicole Zonner. I'm from Housing and Residential Life. I put happy students who feel empowered and capable of accomplishing their academic goals.
Happy? What do we care if they're happy? We get their money. $6,800. That makes me happy. Okay, I'm going to do two more. So, are these students? A bit of everything? Can I ask you what student success is to you?
For me, student success is having in mind what your goals are, having a plan to achieve them, and then, just reaching them through your goals.
Oh, that's good. We're going to do one here, so I'll do one here, and we're going to finish off with you, okay? So who's it going to be here? You're smiling. You got a big smile. It's you. See? Yeah, you thought that smile is going to get you in trouble.
For me, personally, as a student, I think that student success is meeting your academic goals.
And one last one here.
My name is Sergio, and I'm a student here. And for me, student success is being able to leave an institution completely prepared for the challenges of the real world with a forward-thinking attitude.
Wow, that was good. That was good. It's nice to have students here, and that's not typical when I do this, so it's really nice to get that. Now, everything that was said here, and probably everything that we didn't hear that was written down, is correct. It's hard to pin student success down to one definition, because as you might acknowledge, it depends on one's perspective. It's where you sit, and it can change the definition. It is lovely to hear about meeting one's goals. As a society, we don't care so much. And the very first one, who said the 90%? Yeah, yes, thank you. That was the only one that really heard a number in it. And if we go down, I stayed at the Hyatt last night, and if I look out my window, what do I look at? Okay, the state capitol. In that building, when they had their education committees, they're thinking of numbers. They're thinking of graduation rates, transfer rates, persistence rates, retention rates, all the different names we have for this stuff. But it comes down to numbers in the end. And now, of course, all the states want to tie it to performance funding. How well you do with students. And even President Obama is now saying, let's tie federal dollars, including financial aid and Pell Grants, to how well an institution does with all of its students, including and especially Pell-eligible students. Now, that's a lofty, wonderful thing. I don't know how we're going to do that. But that's where things are kind of moving. Just like the industries, that it's performance-based. You're going to get subsidies from the federal government, from state government, based on how you perform. That's a very different way of defining student success.